everyone. I'm Symphony Privet. Thank you for joining us here on Featured. We hope to inspire or simply make you smile with uplifting stories across the country. A former Marine in Missouri shows you don't have to wear a uniform to keep serving. After retiring from the military, he found a new calling. Mike Bush shows us how he is giving fellow veterans something to smile about.
At A.T. Still University's Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health, you might expect drills and floss. You might not expect a Marine on a mission.
Follow me. Okay.
Here, 79-year-old Dr. Herb Silva proves every day
It was just on that one side in that where that freedom was, right?
that while some people retire from the service, others just find new ways to serve.
I flew almost 1,000 missions, and that was supporting the troops, taking care of the troops.
After all those flights over Vietnam as a Marine helicopter pilot, Dr. Silva spent 38 years building a private dental practice. He could have coasted into retirement, but 10 years ago he discovered his true calling.
It started with just a casual conversation. Hey, wouldn't this be, do you have any veterans around here? Wouldn't it be cool if we came down with veteran students and veteran faculty and treated veterans?
That idea became the Smiles for Veterans program, filling a gap that Dr. Silva says is heartbreaking.
If there's 400,000 veterans in Missouri, the reality is the VA providing dental treatment only services about 5% of the veteran population.
What about the other 95%? Well, that's where Dr. Silva comes in. Every July, more than 120 veterans answer his call.
Sometimes what will happen is
Veterans like 82-year-old Navy man Frank Palazzola,
keep your teeth together and grind to the left.
who spent his service hunting submarines from aircraft carriers,
Open. Go the other side.
work where one mistake could cost lives.
I was a bad boy when I was growing up, didn't take care of my teeth, and so this was a chance to correct past mistakes.
Does it feel a little better now?
Now he's getting something he earned decades ago.
We just want to make sure it's perfect, but might take a little bit.
Care and kindness.
And
Everyone that I have met in this program so far has been absolutely wonderful.
It's not a final solution for that tooth.
Dr. Silva's journey from combat to compassion is proof that the lessons he learned in Vietnam still guide every move he makes.
I learned in the military, take care of your troops, they'll take care of you.
What began as a simple idea has now treated over 2,000 veterans.
So he's such a whiner, though. You got to be careful about it, you know.
He once flew into combat to save lives. Now this Marine stays grounded,
Hoorah. Thank you for your service, sir.
giving his fellow veterans something they don't always get, a reason to smile again.
You couldn't ask for a nicer guy.
That was Mike Bush reporting. An annual national competition is empowering patients at VA hospitals to get more active. Ian Russell takes us to Minnesota to see how one athlete is preparing for the wheelchair games.
You don't often hear this outside a hospital.
All right, let's go and just serve around.
But this is no ordinary hospital. And these are no ordinary people.
I couldn't even see it because I got no vision on this side.
For Bruce Henderson, new experiences
Probably the last 2 years I was in the military, I ended up injuring my back.
are part of life.
So I fall a lot, which has created TBIs and a few other enjoyable things.
Part of what brought him here.
It's a journey, so you know what? Take the good with the bad.
The highs and the lows of life don't come unless you open up.
I'm trying softball this year, so it's going to be interesting.
What better way to do that than in front of a crowd?
It's the ability to let go of what all your worries are and you just go and enjoy.
The Twin Cities are hosting the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, a chance for injured veterans to compete and connect.
Yeah, it's the camaraderie. It's almost like going back in time when you're in the military.
From pickleball to bocce ball.
Yeah, you're getting good.
To everything in between.
We get to see, people kind of at their worst, and this is when we get to see them back at their finest.
A chance to get back out there.
This event is just an incredible way for our veterans to get back out and return to return back to life.
More than just a game.
Everybody here is a team.
A chance to enjoy life outside the hospital.
Bass fishing's probably my favorite. Bad day of fishing's better than a good day of work.
In Minneapolis, Ian Russell.
Nice shot.
All right, I'm going to keep my sports hat on for our next destination in Illinois. Aspiring golfers there got a chance to play alongside some of the pros on the green. Jenna Webster introduces us to the special group that is helping give the caddies a break on the course.
Golf requires patience and focus.
Get there, get there, get there, get in there.
Maybe not the words you use in the same sentence with kids.
Back up from the golf ball a little bit. Molly, Molly, Molly.
But on the 16th hole,
walk around the person's line.
You'll find a group just as serious as the pros.
Pretty uphill, aim a little outside to the right of the cup.
My granddaughter, Rory, was up at 6 o'clock this morning ready to go.
Excuse me? Can I take the bag on this hole?
Meet the newest
It's really heavy and it's only one strap.
and smallest caddies on the PGA Tour.
So I'm in the First Tee Quad Cities program, and there is a junior league team for First Tee, and if you're on that team, you get to come caddy all day.
That's awesome.
For this hole.
And these pint-sized caddies are quickly learning
Okay, next time you gotta whisper when you're talking.
the real patience might come from carrying the bag.
There we go.
It's impressive.
There we go. Look at that.
Impressive.
Don't get the heavy bags.
For 9-year-old Augie Cross,
Nice shot.
he's hoping his future involves more pro golfing than pro caddying.
The little guy said that he picked the heaviest bag, and I would agree.
All right, Molly.
Each group of pros and amateurs comes with new competition, a battle for the best clubs.
I usually go for the pros because they technically have more experience.
12-year-old May Pettis is soaking it all in.
I got Ben Hostler's glove, and I feel like it's kind of awesome.
Because for her,
Just asking how his round going.
Okay, when he walks up, chill. He's on the green.
it's not just learning the ins and outs of caddying.
Yeah, First Tee.
It's a chance to learn from the pros.
Love it. Oh, so close. We've just been talking about everything, basically.
A first-hand lesson several found on the putting green.
Yeah, he did awesome. Putter's a little long, so that part's not his fault.
I've mostly learned that start early, make your way up, have fun, and really do the best you can.
Of course, autographs along the way are a plus too.
I did have a good luck charm because I just got Max Homa's autograph on my hat. So I think that's going to help me for my match next week.
So remember these names.
Hey, you're Wonder Woman.
They might just be the ones hiring their own caddies.
I got it. I got it.
That was Jenna Webster reporting. All right, let's check out an award-winning children's book in Arkansas now. It received one of the highest honors in picture books, the Caldecott Medal. Morgan Wrigley sits down with the author to find out how the illustrator brought her Cherokee heritage to the national stage.
When I was growing up, I didn't see books with people who looked like my family in them.
That's what inspired Andrea Rogers to write her children's book, Chooch Helped.
You know, I'm a Cherokee Nation citizen. Southeastern tribal culture wasn't evident in anything I was seeing when I was growing up. You know, at first I was saying, you know, someone should write this, someone should do this. And then I was like, I guess I'll do it.
The story follows a Cherokee family, older sister Sissy and her little brother Chooch, who always wants to help.
If someone's painting, he wants to paint. If someone's making fry bread, he wants to help. And so his help is often messy.
In the end, it's a story about grace and growth for the whole family.
Yes, we make mistakes, but you know, we can always try and do better tomorrow.
The book, its message, and its vibrant visuals of Oklahoma scenery and Cherokee culture have resonated. It recently won the prestigious Caldecott Medal. Rogers says the illustrations by Rebecca Kuntz brought her words to life.
But it actually doesn't need my words because she took my words and she told the story visually. And so a kid who can't read would still know what's going on. So we've got Chooch in his little red cape running around, and then we've got a super diverse family, right? And it's like, that's what Cherokee people look like. For her to be able to portray that in a way that's so warm and it's just full of love.
While the award is a major milestone,
it is really a huge honor for Rebecca to win this. She's been a professional artist for 30 years. It was her first picture book.
Rogers says it's the message that matters most.
Our cultural values matter, and our language matters, and you know, helping each other matters, and that's all tied together.
That was Morgan Wrigley reporting. We have much more for you ahead on Featured. Here's a look at what you can expect. A long-lost pendant finds its way home where it was sitting for 4 years, and why the owners say The jewelry is an irreplaceable treasure. Plus, a boy takes an arrow through the brain. My goodness, the brain doctor shows us how the young boy escaped death by inches. And flags made by incarcerated women, how sewing is giving them a sense of hope in prison. Welcome back. A pair of parents in Minnesota are grateful to have a precious item back. The irreplaceable pendant holds a meaningful connection to the couple. Raya Quintana tells us how they found it more than 4 years after it was lost.
Out of all the words you can live by,
live like Leah.
These three are the guiding light for Tom and Kathy Hemish.
Slow down.
I know.
After losing their only child, 35-year-old Leah, to an aggressive cancer.
She died of cancer back in 2019, diagnosed with it, and 6 weeks later she passed.
Well, here it is. She lived her life to the fullest, and we should all live by that.
Soon after her daughter's passing,
it's our birthstones, mine, Tom's, and Leah's.
Kathy made sure Leah would always be with her.
And then her ashes are in each of the sides here.
This pendant, carrying some of Leah's ashes and engraved with her birth date on the back, always staying close by. Until one day, 4 years ago, the pendant disappeared as Kathy was shopping at this Cub in Rosemount. They searched the store, the parking lot.
We looked in the house, we looked in the car.
And even posted on this Rosemount neighbor's Facebook page.
I mean, it hurt.
Yeah.
But, you know, what do? You have to just move on.
Moving on, about a year later, Tom and Kathy made a new pendant, nearly identical to the one they'd lost.
Live like Leah, engraved on the back.
But 4 years later,
4 years and a month, it's like, who would ever imagine something would show up?
Mm-hmm.
Tom and Kathy thought was impossible became a reality.
I was speechless. I'm like, I couldn't even wrap my head around it, because it just, I thought it was gone forever. I just could not even imagine that it was here.
A Cub employee doing a deep clean under a refrigerated section in the produce aisle found the pendant, took it to the store manager, who posted about it on the same neighborhood Facebook page. And from there, a stranger in the group reached out to Tom, saying she remembers his post 4 years ago in search of the special necklace.
I don't think they really understood.
Yeah.
You know what it meant for us to find it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's okay.
A perfect example, her parents say, of what it means to live like Leah, simply doing good in any way.
We just are very thankful for the people that found it and did what they did. So
to reunite us with
her. To put us back with her, yeah.
That was Raya Quintana reporting. Staying in Minnesota now for a remarkable story of survival. This is just unbelievable. Not many people can take an arrow to the head and live to talk about it. Boyd Hupert introduces us to a 9-year-old boy who beat the odds.
After 2 goals, we switch.
If you're inclined to believe in miracles,
Go, get it.
come inside. The Dieterding family appears to have scored one.
Let's go. Hey.
That's Sylvia and Hank at center ice. And at goalie, that's Gus, who was on the family's icy driveway back in March before the concrete was poured, loading some things in his dad's truck, including this youth bow and arrow.
I think he was carrying everything at once, and the arrow, we think, was like right here, and he then fell right on it.
Parents, Abby and Dave.
I was vacuuming downstairs, Dave was getting dressed, and he came in, in a panic, like, whoa, lots of blood.
He had a very small, cut on his head.
Cleaned up, this is the cut.
At home, he kept saying, Mom, am I dying? Am I gonna leave you? I don't wanna leave you yet. And we're like, Gus, no, we're just getting stitches.
They drove to the Alexandria Hospital, where a cautious doctor sent Gus by helicopter to Minneapolis and Children's Minnesota, no one yet knowing how far the arrow had gone.
That's the path the arrow took, and a little bit of hemorrhage along the way.
See that white dot at the top of Gus's head scan? It's a piece of bone carried by the arrow to where it stopped, before Gus, on his own, pulled the arrow back out.
And that scan, I was like, it literally took my breath away, and I felt like sick to my stomach. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, no, that far, what?
Yet there was Gus in a hospital bed at Children's Minnesota, seemingly fine. So fine, doctors at Children's initially sent him back home. These scans weren't taken until his parents brought him back after Gus started vomiting, and doctors finally saw what they couldn't fathom.
He looked too normal.
Ken Maslanka is the doc who heads Children's Pediatric Intensive Care Unit.
I would say in the 28 years I've been at Children's of Minnesota, I've never seen anything like this.
Again, the arrow went through the middle of Gus's brain.
All the sensory and motor function is all coming through here. It came within 2 centimeters of exiting the skull.
Dr. Maslanka made a model showing the arrow's trajectory.
So the carotid artery is right here. Had it hit that, that would have been death within minutes.
If he'd seen this model without first knowing the outcome,
I would say that this poor, unfortunate 9-year-old young man didn't survive this, based on what I see here.
Yeah, this one was really cool, right?
Yet there's Gus.
I hope you feel better.
Rereading the Get Well cards from his school.
The best hockey player I know.
It's either fortune at a minimum, or it's heavenly presence of God controlling the direction of that arrow.
Yeah.
For Gus's parents, no question which.
We know it didn't just happen.
This is a miracle.
Yeah.
Family photos of Gus doing normal kid things, all taken since March when he pulled an arrow out of his brain. And the double Gus hit, his first time at bat after returning to his baseball team.
He is as normal as he was beforehand.
If you are inclined to believe in miracles, seldom will you see one clearer.
It is a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Great story by Boyd Hubert. Now, the arrow, as we learned, was just inches away from hitting a major artery, which would have killed the boy. It's definitely a miracle he is here with us today. All right, time now for a quick break. First, let's check out what's ahead. A woman sold her home to move onto a cruise ship. We'll tell you why she traded life on land for a life at sea. Plus, a motorcycle rider is raising awareness with a 4,500-mile trip. How he hopes his journey will inspire others. Welcome back. Let's dive into what's trending on social media now. A 77-year-old woman is sailing into her golden years. This is Sharon Lane. She said she moved out of her home in California to embark on a 15-year trip around the world. She says it is much cheaper to live permanently on board the Villa Odyssey cruise ship than remain in her home in California. I could believe that. It's pretty expensive out there. Well, passengers pay nearly $3,000 a month to travel to 147 countries over the next 15 years. Despite the steep costs, Lane says she's getting a great value because her payments cover meals, drinks, alcohol with dinner, Wi-Fi, and medical visits. Her package also includes room service, weekly housekeeping, and bi-weekly laundry service. I see the appeal. I see the vision, Miss Lane. Alrighty, now when you head out to the beach, you might pack a sandwich or some other snacks to nibble on when you get hungry. But for a group of friends in Florida, they thought of something a little different. Let's take a look. And then a hero comes along. Not the Mariah Carey for this story. These 5 friends got hungry while they were spending the day on a boat. So they ordered Chick-fil-A to come to them. And look at that, a small watercraft delivery service brought the ladies sandwiches for $10 each. Now, the woman who shot the video says it was the best $50 we ever spent. Oh my goodness. Okay, this next one's really cute. A 4-year-old boy received his first pair of glasses and his reaction went viral. Check it out.
Oh my God. I can see anything.
You can see everything?
I like those.
That is so adorable. It's like the little one is seeing the world for the very first time. This is Z. He couldn't contain his excitement after trying on his new glasses. Now, Z's mom says she didn't realize how much he struggled with his vision until this moment. She says the glasses not only improved his eyesight, but his confidence too. Oh, I love that one. Alrighty, that is a wrap on trending. Here's what you can expect up next. We'll tell you what's driving the rise in Western fashion. We hear from one clothing retailer that says a global star is the reason for its influx in new customers. Plus, a veteran is guiding others on a path to happiness, how he is serving his community through positive actions. For staying with us here on Featured. I'm Symphony Privet, and we are continuing to bring you some uplifting stories across the country. A veteran in Maryland gives out a daily dose of positivity on the airwaves. After serving in World War II, he came back home with a new outlook on life, and since then he has been on a mission to spread joy to everyone around him. Sean Martinelli introduces us to Jack Myers.
Good morning and welcome to the phone party here on WJJ.
Nearly every morning on Hagerstown, Maryland radio, you can count on his call.
Hi, Jack. You're on the phone party. How are you?
Well, good morning. How you doing, buddy? I love the phone party, you know.
It's always the same positivity, that same laughter from 101-year-old Jack Myers.
A lot of people out there that I don't even know. They know me. From the phone party.
From his home, Jack began calling into the radio 10 years ago.
I'm usually happy.
He wanted to share his joy, but more importantly, help others find theirs.
It's possible. That's the kind of thing I want to get across to the public.
That's coming from a man who served our country during World War II, who once stood eye to eye with evil.
The helmet that I took from that German prisoner that was shooting everybody, and I felt like blowing him away, but I'm a Christian, I couldn't do it. And, so if I killed him, I'd never get over it.
Jack's known great pain.
Losing my buddies, yeah.
He returned home to a humble life and a philosophy.
I do love life, and I love people, and that's important too. That's what we're supposed to do.
Before we left, Jack wanted to show us what joy looks like at 101.
Hey, all right, how you?
He led us to a Mission barbecue for lunch, then got up and did this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
You can see the joy in his passion, in his pride, in his eyes.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was Sean Martinelli reporting. Now, we are getting an inside look now at a unique program where incarcerated women make flags, find purpose and hope, and crafting the symbols of our freedom. Stacia Nakin has this story.
Broad stripes, bright stars, the red, white, and blue, sewn together by hand here at the Ohio Reformatory for Women.
We make American, POW, and Ohio flags.
Piece by piece, they craft Old Glory.
I sew the stars on the U.S. and the Ohio flags.
flags we fly proudly.
So we start here.
37 women work as part of the flag program, earning their own money and learning a skill they can apply to future employment.
These flags that I'm making, I can take that out and actually make a career out of it, like even my own business.
All while learning about themselves.
I didn't know that I like to work hard. And now I do. I like to work. I know that about me. I like to work hard.
The program has been in operation since 1926, with the flags made here flying at the State House and state facilities across Ohio.
We don't get to see them flying right now, but I watch the news and I see one of our flags and I'm just like, we made that.
Each flag unique.
Because they're handmade, they're never going to be the exact same flag.
The women taking tremendous pride in their work.
I put a lot of love into it. I do.
It means a lot.
You know, and it makes me feel like I'm part of the country and I can still do my part even from inside these walls.
Every day focused on crafting this symbol of liberty and freedom.
And I used to take that freedom for granted, and I will never again. After that, I will never take it for granted again.
It takes on a different meaning here.
I'm free to turn my life around, you know, and I can leave here and I have this bright future ahead of me, and it doesn't really matter what I've done in the past.
Hopeful for what it means to live in the land of the free.
My Independence Day and freedom's coming right around the corner.
That was Stacia Nacken reporting. A mom taking photos to preserve memories captured something much bigger. Evan Krugel shows us her family's hiking journey and how it is leading others to healing.
Oh, look at those flowers. Those are beautiful.
The best hikes aren't measured in miles,
Stay cool. Oh, watch out.
but in memories captured along the way.
Wait, I just want a quick pic. Perfect. 1, 2, 3.
Sarah Bailey's favorite subject
Cute.
is her daughter Bellamy,
We could go.
a typical 7-year-old
Run!
who's always ready for the next adventure.
Can't go up here, go back there, and then run.
Hiking has always been a big part of their lives,
We're gonna hurdle it.
and Bellamy loves every part of it.
Good job, Mom.
She started hiking shortly after she could talk,
You can do this. You can do this.
and Sarah has always saved the big moments.
How do you feel about all the pictures I take?
It's like 500 million in one single day. Maybe even more.
Her camera was always pointed at adventure until life turned the lens inward.
Yeah, that's a day you can never forget as a parent. And I got that call from her pediatrician that they thought after some labs that she had leukemia and that we needed to rush down to Children's in Aurora. It's a moment that will be in my body and my mind forever.
Sarah knew right away they had a big hill to climb.
And you can lead us wherever you want to go.
So she ventured to a familiar place for help.
A lot of people count the chemo visits, but we wanted something a little more like a positive spin on it. So we came up together with the 100 hike mission pretty quick.
A goal to finish 100 hikes before the end of Bellamy's treatment.
We just wanted to get outside together in nature. So if she walked or rode in the backpack, it didn't matter. We were out together.
The first few hikes were a struggle.
As a parent, it's really tough to watch your child suffer.
And Sarah says the photos and videos were tough to take.
Good job bending those knees.
But Bellamy hit her stride.
Woo!
Mom had her phone ready for every single climb, from the beginning to the middle, and now.
Hey guys, can I get your attention really fast, please?
The end.
Tomorrow, my daughter will have completed 100 hikes and active cancer treatment.
I am amazed. Don't make that face at me.
I am amazed by you, Bellamy, and all you have accomplished in the face of adversity, especially at such a young age. So, to start the hike, the 99th hike, let's give Bellamy a big cheer for all she has accomplished.
Bellamy left Mom in the dust, racing up boulders Mount Sanitas.
She started in the backpack, and now I wish I was in the backpack with her carrying me.
The day after this climb, they completed Hike 100, marking the end of Bellamy's treatment. Now they're setting out on a new path to help others.
We have partnered with another nonprofit to donate up to 100 parks passes to other childhood cancer families. So to just be a gentle reminder, hey, Get out there, you can do it. You know, just as Bellamy said on that one hike so long ago, you can do it.
While this journey might be complete,
Whoa.
the hikes are far from over. Sarah still takes photos.
Want me to take a photo? Hand me your hand.
You're gonna take a picture.
But these are easier to look at.
They're all worth it, honestly. It's such a wonderful gift to have all these memories of everything we've accomplished together.
That was Evan Krugel reporting. Harley, 4,500 miles and a message. After losing both of his legs, one man is taking on an extraordinary journey to prove that people are not defined by their limitations. Tyler Poglich meets up with him right before he hit the road.
After losing both of his legs, most people might think about slowing down.
Don't let your disability define you. You live your life as if tomorrow's not coming.
For Dave White, it sparked a new purpose.
I just thought people would look at me and say, oh my God, you're riding a motorcycle? That's incredible.
White, a lifelong rider, will soon embark on a 4,500-mile journey through the original 13 colonies to spread the message that abilities are more important than disabilities.
And I never thought about it because it was just me doing what I always do. Maybe I can inspire. Maybe I can get people to get up and realize, yeah, I have a life.
Supported by Hanger Clinic and Harley Davidson of Baltimore, White is riding to share a message, one of resilience, adaptability, and inclusion. His daughter Megan, who lives in New York, is helping him plan every step along the way.
I'm just very proud of my dad and the work he's doing in the community, you know, and getting the word out.
Together, they hope to raise awareness for people living with disabilities and to spark conversations that don't always happen.
And to look at us as we are different or that we're lesser, it's just not right. It's time for a change.
From mountain passes to city blocks, White says every mile has a meaning, and the road ahead, he's ready for it.
My disability doesn't own me. I own my disability. My limits are limitless.
That was Tyler Poglich reporting. Oh, a neighborhood hero in Ohio. Take a look. Carries a bucket and a trash grabber. She just hit a massive milestone. 1 million pieces of litter. Candace Hare shares how one small act turned into a daily mission.
One woman, one grabber, one mission. To make Akron cleaner, safer, and more beautiful. It all began with a walk and a moment that changed everything.
My dog cut his nose on a piece of glass, and so I wanted to do something so that it was safe for my dog to go for dog walks.
What started as a simple act of care turned into a daily act of service. Now, Debbie Miller details her daily cleanups on her blog.
I just love the way it looks after I'm done. The actual picking up part, I don't love. It can be pretty gross. That's why I count the pieces.
She's found over 100,000 shards of glass, dozens of knives, one gun, and 944 nails. That's 944 flat tires that never happened.
These are things that aren't going to hurt anyone now. I feel like a hero.
Debbie's lived in Firestone Park for 10 years, and for the last 2.5, she's been out picking up trash every day. Now, the neighborhood knows her. They honk, they wave, they call her name. She started alone, but now others are joining her, bucket in hand.
I've given away over 100 trash grabbers, buckets, and gloves, and people are picking up trash. I mean, I'm not doing all this by myself anymore.
And while she gives her time to the streets, she's found something too. Something even bigger.
My kids are all grown, so I was missing my kids a lot. Now I'm so focused on this, reaching my next goal. It gives me purpose, and it makes me so happy to be doing something for my community.
2.5 years, 1 million pieces. Even Akron's mayor, Shamus Malik, gave her a shout out. And she's not done yet.
I'm gonna pick up my 2nd million in a year. So it's gonna make a huge impact picking up that much trash.
One woman, one mission, and a city that's better
And this trash cart works really well when the wheels aren't worn out.
because of her.
Incredible story from Candace Hare. Don't go too far. We are taking a short break, but here's a quick look at what's coming up next. Two brothers with a need for speed. We'll show you how they're chasing their dreams on the racetrack while also paving the way for Americans in Europe. Welcome back. Two brothers are achieving success on the track together at the ages of 12 and 14. They have already made a name for themselves amongst the greatest go-kart racers in the world. Brady Frederick talks to the boys about their drive to dominate the sport.
It's a lot more mental and physically than people might think. It takes the dedication, but it also takes the right mindset to be good.
And these kids are good. Despite being too young for a driver's license, Devin and Drew Walls are the top-ranked go-kart racers in America. They started on bikes, but on a day off at the BMX World Championships, they spend a day at the karting track, finding a new need for speed.
Mostly the adrenaline, the high speed, and competition, having fun, making these split-second decisions really came to me, and I loved it a lot.
In 2023, they signed their first contract, starting to race full-time in Europe.
If they didn't have the passion for it, I think it would be all too easy just to say, nah, I don't feel like doing this. It's just all too hard. But for whatever reason, they have a determination, commitment to make it happen. So it's our job to support them as best as we can.
Willing to make the sacrifices to chase their dreams. That includes 24-hour travel days across the Atlantic and finding a way to stay caught up on all of their schoolwork. Plus, hours upon hours at the track. Even back home, they find a way to get even more practice in on a racing simulator.
Yeah, you buried me in a wall. I thought that was a move.
It's like brothers playing video games against each other, just a little bit more involved.
Always one step ahead.
This is a very competitive family all the way around.
It's not quite the real thing, but it helps them get a feel for each real-world track.
It really helps because then you're ahead of your competitors by that little advantage, and then it's easier for the weekend.
Oh, you just got Swiss cheese.
The competitive nature translates to race day.
Yeah, when they are right neck and neck with one another, that gets pretty exciting for our family.
Yes.
And the Walls boys continue to climb the ranks with the ultimate dream to race in F1.
I started off just at the local track, and now I'm all the way in Europe, winning races and having fun.
When the results start to come, it's really good because you know that all the hard work paid off.
And maybe pave the way for the next generation of Americans in a European-dominated sport.
It's really neat because we could show what Americans can do over in Europe. It's really cool to represent America.
That was Brady Frederick reporting. Now, Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour is causing a spike in Western-inspired fashion. Take a look here. James Hash takes us to a business in Maryland where the demand for cowboy hats and boots has been nonstop.
We're really busy for sure. Busy is an understatement, honestly.
I like this.
There's been a lot of foot traffic. We've seen people coming in maybe like 3-4 months out just from people getting ready for it.
We are looking for outfits for Cowboy Carter.
Did you have something in mind?
I've never seen Beyonce, so I'm actually freaking out. I've never seen her in concert. I just don't even know how to explain it. This is going to be a dream come true. I'm thinking about this shirt. I'm going to wear brown shorts, and I need some boots now.
I like the pink ones over there.
Boots make the Cowboy Carter outfit. That's what I'm looking for. That's going to be my statement piece. That goes on. Can I see this in a 9?
So mostly we've seen people coming in for hats, small accessories, things like that.
This actually feels good. That one feels good. Yeah, this actually feels good because it's on my, I have a ponytail up too, so, and it's still nice.
Just depending on how you're going to do your hair.
Yeah, I'm going to wear it down.
Some people are like coordinating their outfits with everything everything.
Look at that horse, look at that horse, look at that horse. That's it, that's the one. I love gold accessories, so I'm gonna have gold little chains. And I got shorts at home, so we're good to go. Cowboy Carter, here we come.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great one.
I think I spent more on the outfit than I did the tickets.
Thanks, Beyonce. Thanks, God. And thanks for all the customers here right now.
I just want to say thank you to everyone coming out, supporting a small business, family-owned. Thank you so much, honestly. I have no words. Just thank you.
We're going to Beyonce. Let's go.
Oh, that lady sounds like me. I had a little countdown going. It was Beyonce Day when I went to go see her in New Jersey. That was James Hash reporting. Now, as a fellow Beehive member, I was so excited when I went to go see her. The concert was incredible, as she often puts on an amazing show. All right, so here's a couple pictures of my outfit. This was a last-minute fit. Months before the concert, I had this whole thing planned out, and I was gonna have this extravagant outfit. It didn't happen, so I had to shop my closet. I had those jeans, I had the jean jacket. Now I did buy the hat and the white top, but hey, it turned out to be a hit. I got a lot of compliments on my fit. And I'd like to say, you know, it wasn't a costume for me. My folks are from down south, so that is my culture. Alrighty, coming up next on Featured, a fitness routine that makes working out fun. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Okay, we join a class that is promoting healthy aging with cardio drumming. A nonprofit in San Diego is offering an exercise class as part of its mission to promote healthy aging for people over 50. It combines music, rhythm, and a yoga ball. Jeff Zevely shows us how cardio drumming is energizing seniors.
This is what Disco Inferno looks like. When Andra Valencia
Burn, baby, burn.
turns fitness into fun.
I was told that along with this, you're a DJ.
I am.
So you can really rock this house.
Right, yeah. I hear a song and I'm like, that's going to be a good one for cardio drumming, yeah.
And switch.
Andra encourages everyone to be a maniac on the floor and dance like they've never danced before.
Describe this.
Fun, lots of fun. Exciting.
You have thousands of classes, but I was told cardio drumming is your hottest class.
Absolutely, it really is.
Brandon Harding from San Diego Oasis asked us to spread the word.
Once someone retires, you don't want to just sit at home and watch TV all day. It's not good for your body, it's not good for your mind.
But this move, called the windshield wiper, is, along with the electric guitar, which 10 minutes into class had me gassed.
Jeff, do you need some water?
Yeah.
It's a workout, isn't it?
And CPR, please.
In this class, the beat goes on and on. Even for Diane, with a bad ankle.
It is an excellent workout, even sitting down.
The best workouts don't feel like exercise at all.
This is better than jogging.
Oh my, I don't jog. So anything's better than jogging.
Are you addicted to this?
I am, absolutely.
But no one more so.
You started off at one class, and now you're up to 12 a month?
Yeah.
You've got it bad for cardio drumming.
I love it. Definitely love it. It's so good for you.
And spreading quickly across the county.
You officially have boogie fever.
Yes, I do.
Contagious and sometimes outrageous.
Hey! Stick fight!
Cardio drumming is just what the doctor ordered.
Are you feeling energized?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Do you feel happy?
Yeah, I feel happy.
Do you feel like a rock star?
I feel like a rock star.
Yeah.
In the Zevely Zone, Jeff Zevely.
A woman in Australia is celebrating after winning a global fitness challenge. 34-year-old Olivia Vincent set a new world record for the most pull-ups by a woman in 24 hours. Look at her go. And all, she completed 7,079 pull-ups during her training. Vincent, she ended up pulling a bicep tendon, which forced her to take some time off, but then she started training for her second attempt. Good for her. That's a wrap on Featured. Until next time, make it a great one.